Hello, this is Brian Glies from the Scott Insurance Agency. On this video, we're going to talk about claims as they pertain to homeowners insurance. While we hope you never have a claim, we found that it's helpful to discuss what to do at the time of a claim before a claim actually happens. Step one, call us, your insurance broker, and bring us up to speed on what's going on. We always want to be your first contact at the time of a claim. In an instance where your broker is closed or not available, you may choose to turn that claim in directly to the carrier. However, as your broker, we want to personally guide you through the claims process and advise you on best practices throughout that process. Communication with your broker can help you take a very stressful situation and turn it into a plan for recovery. How do you know if you should turn in a claim? We suggest you handle it in this fashion. First step, call a trusted contractor to obtain an estimate to repair the damage and make any temporary repairs needed to prevent further damage, such as tarping of a section of a roof or boarding up a window. A trusted contractor should have a good idea if the damage will or will not be paid for by the insurance company simply from their past experience in handling claims. Keep all receipts for temporary repairs that are made. We want to be able to turn those into the claims adjuster for reimbursement. And I also want to mention, beware of storm chasers. Sometimes a group of companies, even out-of-state companies, will flock to the areas of storm damage, and we suggest you use local contractors if at all possible. No matter what contractor works on your house, please ask that contractor for a certificate of insurance. That piece of paper will show that they have insurance and the exact coverages on their policy. I suggest you share that with your broker, and we can give you a thumbs up or have a discussion with that contractor. So the second part of knowing whether to turn a claim in or not is compare the cost of your deductible on your homeowner's policy to the repair estimates. If the repair estimates are lower than your deductible, a claim cannot be filed. There wasn't enough damage to meet your deductible. If the repair is slightly higher than your deductible, the decision to file a claim will be yours, but as your broker, we'll advise you of the pros and cons of doing so. An example would be you've got a $1,000 deductible, but you had $1,200 worth of damages. We'll talk to you and see if it really is worth turning in that claim simply so that you get $200 from the insurance company. If the repair is significantly higher than your deductible, we'll assist you with turning in and filing that claim right away. We'll work with you to set your expectations regarding how the claims process will look and feel. So some people will ask, why do I need an estimate from the contractor if the insurance claims adjuster is simply going to write their own estimate? Now, this is simply our opinion that there's value in working with a contractor before the insurance adjuster's inspection. The contractor is an independent third party, and in most cases, the contractor's bid and the adjuster's bid are not that far off. We also believe there is value in a second set of eyes to review the damage. One will find issues that the other may not find. Having the contractor's bid completed when the insurance adjuster arrives expedites this process. We also like to have the contractor meet with the adjuster during the adjuster's inspection, and most contractors will ask to be present during that inspection anyway. We find that if there's any questions or concerns, they can be talked about right on the site while they're together, and it makes things much easier. So working with your claims adjuster, depending on the claims details, you should receive a call within about 48 hours from a claims adjuster once the claim has been entered to collect information and set up times for inspections. This is something most people don't think about, but we have to change our view on this. The outcome of your claim has more to do with the way your policy was written up front with your insurance agent than it does with the claims adjuster. So that is so important. Ask your insurance adjuster, not ask your insurance adjuster, ask your insurance agent, your insurance broker, what's not covered on my policy, and are there certain riders that you can provide to take care of that? Because in the end, the adjuster's job is simply to interpret the policy coverages and determine if the damage is covered according to that policy. So common issues that affects claims outcomes. Wanting to perform repairs yourself generally is not a welcome practice. The insurance company wants the repairs performed by a licensed and insured contractor. We know that you may have experience, you may be even a tradesman, that you swing hammers all day long. But the problem is that you don't have that insurance to back up that work. So please bring in a licensed and insured contractor to do those repairs. Another common issue is not protecting your property from further damage after the claim occurs. You need to have, I'm going to say you have to have temporary repairs made or take measures to prevent further damage from occurring as quickly as possible. If your roof was damaged, we just can't leave that roof open for a week until we get around to having someone tarp it. And one thing that I don't want to happen, don't climb on that roof and try to tarp it yourself. No good can come from that. We'll have professionals come out there and help you with that. If you can't find a contractor, call your insurance broker. They will have a list of contractors that you can call, interview, and see which one will work for you. And then lastly, explain the situation and then allow the claims adjuster to conduct their inspection. The adjusters may need time to review your policy, and answers may not be available on the spot. While this may not be you, when that claims adjuster shows up, a lot of times people are under stress and they're saying, you are going to fix this. When are you going to fix this? Tell me exactly how much it will be paid. Be patient, give us some time to work with that, and we'll make sure that communication comes to you. Payment of a claim. In most cases, the payout of a claim will happen in two steps. There'll be an initial payment, which will be issued to begin the repairs. The final payment will be issued once all repairs are completed and a final bill is submitted. Contractors familiar with insurance claims will be agreeable with this process and will understand it thoroughly. Also, please know that the check may be a two-party check, most commonly between you and your mortgage company if there's a mortgage on the home. That can complicate the process a little bit because in most cases your mortgage company will want you to endorse the check and send it off to them, and they will assist you in supplying those funds to contractors. While it's not the easiest way to do it, we have to remember that the mortgage company does have responsibility on your home because you have a loan through them. And then sometimes it may be a two-party check between you and the contractor. So reasons claims are denied. The number one reason that we see a claim denied is workmanship defects. An example would be the roofing company failed to put flashing around the chimney whenever they installed the roof, or the shingles were not installed correctly. I've seen that on certain instances as well. Issues like the above would be taken up with the contractor that initially performed the work. This is another reason why your contractor needs to be a licensed and insured contractor. So when an insurance claim happens, the adjuster's looking for what caused the claim and is it a covered peril, whether lightning struck your house or wind damaged the roof or a tree landed on your house. Things like a leak in the roof because flashing wasn't properly done around the chimney is not something that would trigger an insurance claim. That would be considered a workmanship defect. So reasons claims are denied is what we just stated. A covered peril did not cause the damage. A sewer backup occurred when a sewer backup was not added to the policy. Damage from floodwater happened when flood insurance wasn't part of the policy. That goes back to reviewing your policy. If it's been a little while since you've reviewed your insurance with your current insurance broker, please do so. Ask him that all-important question, what's not covered on my policy, and are there riders that could potentially close those gaps? So what bases the fact if a claim is determined is the choices that you made at the beginning of the policy when it was first written. That's very, very important to realize. So insurance riders that you may or may not be aware of, matching siding or roof endorsement. There are times when only a portion of the house is damaged, so they don't side the entire house. They may side the back of the house and one side of the house, and the siding color doesn't end up matching. They may be able to get the exact serial number, style from the same manufacturer that your siding came from, but the other portion of your house has had however many years of ultraviolet sunlight and grass being mowed around it and weed eaters around it, so the color might not match. There is a writer that you can purchase that will help you replace the rest of the siding if that's applicable in your claim. Inland flood coverage. It's not full-blown flood coverage, and it's only a rider that is offered by a few particular companies, but I wanted to bring it to your attention if you're worried about rain or floodwater coming into your home, especially when you're not in a floodplain. Identity theft protection is offered on most policies. Scheduling of personal property, that is high value items. We're talking about jewelry, we're talking about firearms, paintings. Scheduling personal property is different than the standard coverage offered on the policy for your personal property. So my suggestion is talk to your insurance broker about any high value items you have. They can advise you on whether it's covered on a standard policy or whether it needs to be scheduled all by itself. Service line coverage has to do with items like the water main coming into your house. Whenever the water main breaks, there always seems to be an issue on whether it happened on the city or county side or whether it happened on the homeowner's side. The service line coverage helps protect you in paying that claim to get that dug up, replaced, put your yard back together, and all of those things. I've hit on this before, but the most critical or crucial question you can ask is, what isn't covered by my policy? Your insurance broker should be able to share these riders with you and be able to close any gaps that are in your policy. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Please visit our Facebook page, visit our website, visit our YouTube channel. Feel free to email me if you have any questions about this. Above all, know that I appreciate your time and I appreciate your business. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.